All right. Oh, Ellie, go get the ball. Andrea, throw a Snickers bar. I'll go get it.
Oh, can I have Snickers?
No, I wish I had
just
some.
Keep it.
Hey, another episode of House to Home. We are not at the Stone House today, are we?
I know. What are you doing dragging me out here?
Well, I thought, you know what?
Nowhere.
Let's come out here during let's do something a little different today. And
Andrea, I'm Dylan. I'm the safety guy on this. Our hard hats are on the side. If you put that on them.
Hey, well, you got a pair of shoes for me too then? Because I tend to wear flip-flops. I know.
Are my dogs safe?
Yes, they're.
Are they? Oh, you're just saying that because I'm a teacher. Dylan, hold it. Get over here. Come over here. Dylan, this is Dylan. He's my safety guy. Red hard hat. Safety first.
Yep.
Yeah.
First.
Yeah. Andrea, again, I'm Chris. This is House to Home. We will be right back, and we're going to talk about this project right here.
It's Campaign 2016. Hi there, everyone. Karen from the Furniture Look in beautiful downtown Hazen. We've got some serious border issues to resolve.
There's a liberal selection of new and exciting furniture coming in daily, and our walls just aren't big enough.
So we're pulling out the conservative card and we're marking everything down.
Closeouts on every category in the store: bedroom, dining room, and living room. So stop on by, shop the Furniture Look. We're your front runner in quality home furnishings, downtown Hayes.
Natural gas is a clean, safe, economical energy source when installed and used properly. Your gas furnace or stove should have a steady blue flame. If not, call a qualified contractor for service. And if you smell that distinctive natural gas odor, leave your home or business immediately. Call Midwest Energy from a neighbor's phone and we'll be right there. Gas safety tips from Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative making energy work for you.
Faster than you can Google home equity loan, the Bank of Hayes can have that line of credit at your fingertips. In less time than you'll spend calling an 800 number to get service from a chain bank, the Bank of Hayes has already met any needs you might have. You see, at Bank of Hayes, we bring you something in banking no one else can. The idea of here and now, meeting all your financing needs now because we're right here in Hayes. From financing a car to a home, let us help you now.
Here, now, wow!
The world is full of remarkable things, but some things are so remarkable that you may not have noticed. And that's the point. For 50 years, 3M has engineered advanced window films that make glass remarkable. Films for homes that help reduce heat, block harmful UV rays, protect interiors from fading, and save on energy costs. Rooms stay cooler, so you can enjoy a warm cuddle. Now that's remarkable.
That sound, you hear that sound up there?
Impact drill. Oh, wait, you think that's your heart rate?
No, that's not a heart rate. That's a different rate. Welcome back to House to Home. I'm a giggles?
What's about the giggles?
I'm a guy on a construction zone, you know, we talk about.
I gotcha. Okay, enough said.
Oh my goodness. As promised, we are back. And we are, like we mentioned earlier, at a very different place today. Not at the old Stone House. We're actually at a brand new facility we're building.
Yeah.
Institute of Applied Technology. The Institute of Applied Technology at Fort Hays State University. This is my class. Would you believe I get to do this on Tuesday, Thursday afternoons?
Heck, can I join your class?
You can join the class. We get to come out here and we're building a new concessions building for 4-H. Trusses and LVL beams and posts, and we had we're doing all metal roofing. That's what they're putting up right now. Great project. And something kind of cool that I'm doing. Hey, Cameron. Something I want to share here. We're doing this year with this project, and I don't think he can hear. Hold on, I'll be right back. Hey, Cameron, go over here. What's kind of cool that we're doing out here is, first year I taught this is, you know, I was running around with my tool belt on. I looked like him. Get in here. Come up here. Scoot right in here. Get in here. So first year I was running around like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then last year I was running around, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. This year I did something a little different.
You didn't do anything.
I believe that.
I like him.
I heard you say
I
that.
thought you missed that. Wait a minute.
I heard it. I have ears in the back of my ears. So this year, what we're doing different is this. We have a supervisor in charge every week, and then you already met Dylan. He came over did the safety, make you put a hard hat on.
Yep.
And so talk about your role as a supervisor in this class.
I'm kind of just the leader for our crews, and especially today, nobody else had really done the metal, so.
Including me?
Including this guy. I've done it more times than I can count, so it works out. We feed off each other and teach each other.
I think that's what's cool is that by putting it, number one, it puts you in a leadership role, and you're having to lead other students your age, which is, for you, I think it comes natural. I mean, do you think?
I hope so.
I mean, well, I mean, you want to be a project manager. You want to be in construction. You're in construction management. You want to be a project manager. Own your own business someday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that's where you're headed.
Yep.
And you've got some experience out on construction, other construction projects, right?
Lots. 4 years professionally and 18 or 20 or so unprofessionally.
Yeah, and you've got commercial builders up there on your hat. And you're working where now?
Right now, we're actually kind of in between projects and just working at the boss's house.
Oh,
on some little things.
Well, I never thought of that. If we finish soon here, we work at my house.
That's how it works.
We can't do that. We'll cut that out. But we might, but we won't. But anyway, so I think it's cool that you're getting to be a part of this project. You did come out here today with experience on metal, and I'll be honest. I'm not afraid to step back and say, hey, teach us, because there's a lot of stuff I haven't done. I work on my own projects, but I don't think I've ever put metal roofing on. So how's it going? Everything going pretty smooth?
You know, we got these guys lined out, and they took off pretty well. I was probably babysitting more than I needed to, but I wanted at least make sure this front side was very nice, and you know, the back side, if we get a little off, it'll be better than the front.
The front side, right.
We had an issue of everyone's confused about which way the metal goes, which way the lap joint goes, which way our screws were pre-drilled, and I think we got everybody.
Yeah, by the time you're done, you guys will all have it down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Once you get that all figured out, it's cake.
That's cool. That's cool. Thank you. You the man. Now get back to work so I can play.
Keep an eye on those guys.
I know. And you know what's kind of cool is everybody thinks I bring the dogs out here to get them exercise. Actually, I bring them out here because I kind of need something to do. I've kind of, ironically, what's cool is at this time of the semester, what ends up happening is you see the students really take charge. You know, we're down to this roofing thing. What was cool about Dylan, seeing you without a hard hat on, he's like, hey, you gotta get your hat on, and you know, the safety thing, you know, and the safety kind of thing leads into something that we need to talk about this week, and that's insurance.
Yeah, well, I was wondering what happened that you guys had to remodel this. Did the roof blow off, or?
No, actually, they actually decided to tear down the old building. They actually contemplated rebuilding the old building, but then they kind of just made the decision, let's just rebuild, and that's a decision you make in the process of these types of projects, you know. And last week we talked. You know, we've talked about, oh my God, we've talked about all kinds of different things. And then we talked about, you know, refinancing or financing your project, or what do you do for curb appeal, and when you're ready to sell your house, and what about garage doors. And so I think what would really be cool in the next segment when we come back is to bring in a couple insurance professionals, guys that are out there in the industry, that do nothing but insurance and talk about insurance.
And put all that money into buying the home, fixing the home up, then what do you do when Mother Nature takes over?
Exactly. So once this project is done, we've got to have it insured. So if you're right, if Mother Nature does come along and do some damage,
blow the roof off.
Exactly, blow that roof off. So when we come back, we have two people that are way more professional than I am, even thinking of being. So we will be right back.
The world is full of remarkable things, but some things are so remarkable that you may not have noticed. And that's the point. For 50 years, 3M has engineered advanced window films that make glass remarkable. Films for homes that help reduce heat, block harmful UV rays, protect interiors from fading, and save on energy costs. Rooms stay cooler, so you can enjoy a warm cuddle. Now that's remarkable.
Glassman is ready to help you beat the heat. With Carrier Cool Cash, the season to save is now. There's never been a better time to upgrade to Carrier quality and efficiency. Now through June 30th, you can claim up to $14.50 in Cool Cash rebates on a new system or receive 60-month financing. Don't wait! Cool Cash is only available for limited time. Turn to the experts. Call Glassman now.
Heating and air. The choice is perfectly clear. Glassman Plumbing, Heating.
It's Campaign 2016. Hi there, everyone. Karen from the Furniture Look in beautiful downtown Hazen. We've got some serious border issues to resolve.
There's a liberal selection of new and exciting furniture coming in daily, and our walls just aren't big enough.
So we're pulling out the conservative card and we're marking everything down.
Closeouts on every category in the store: bedroom, dining room, and living room. So stop on by, shop the Furniture Look. We're your front runner in quality home furnishings, downtown Hayes.
Midwest Energy is a cooperative, meaning that our electric and natural gas customers are also our owners. Serving nearly 92,000 customers in 41 counties in central and western Kansas, Midwest Energy's employees are proud to bring you safe, reliable, and affordable energy services. Learn more at mwenergy.com. Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative, making energy work for you.
Are you ready to get the ball, Ellie? Huh? Maybe if you throw it, I'll chase it.
Would that work? Let's
I don't
give
know.
that a shot.
Try it. Let's go. Oh, and you hit one of my students. Oh yeah. Welcome back to House to Home. Oh my goodness. You're trying to injure these poor students I have here.
I know.
We have Moose and Ellie here today. Okay. So, we've been talking about the project, the 4-H project, and all the different things that's happening behind us.
Yeah.
And last week we talked with, was it last week we talked with Patrick? I don't know, one of these times. A couple weeks ago. Last week we talked with Robert Riedel. That's who we talked with. Oh yeah, that guy I don't like anymore.
Yeah.
So this week, I think what we're going to do is we're going to bring in a couple of gentlemen. They are experts, we are not. And we're going to talk about homeowner insurance, huh? I mean, because we're out here, we're on a project, so we have hard hats on, we're being safe. But gentlemen, come on, come join us here. Whitey?
How you doing?
And it's what's kind of funny here is I only know you by Stabby.
That'll work.
I don't even know his real name. Okay. Where are you from? What do you do?
Well, we have American Family Insurance Office in Hayes, 113 West A Street. I've been doing that for 31 years, and I hired Kurt back in September to help me out.
Well, I'm going to tell you right there, you could have made a mistake right there. You could have, I have
made a few in 31
with
years.
Interstate right here, there are somebody you could have pulled off maybe with a little more. We're kind of regressing. Last week Robert Riedel, and now we have Stabby.
Hey, what about more?
This next week of tea?
I'm sorry, we bash on everyone.
Okay, good.
Okay. Homeowners insurance. Now I'm going to be honest with you. Yesterday I got I got an insurance policy in the mail. I took a look at it and I chucked it in the trash. And here's why. Because I have a guy like you that keeps me rounded up in a box, and whenever I have something go wrong, I just call him up and say, hey, I need your help.
Sure.
Because that policy, dude, it's very confusing.
You just about have to be an attorney to read it.
It's exactly, you thumb through it. Yep. I don't know how your homeowner's insurance is, but for me, I really, I don't know what I'm insured for. I hope I'm insured for enough. Where do you start when somebody comes in?
Well, the best place to start is to sit down and talk to them and go over the coverages with them. You got to see exactly what their house will qualify for, and that all depends on the age, condition, everything with the house. Then you can sit down and show them a policy where you can give them the coverages, the type of coverages you can give them, whether it's got replacement cost coverage on the house, replacement cost coverage on the contents, whether it's an older house and not in too good a shape, maybe the roof is worn pretty bad, might have to put actual cash value on it, which means that in case of a loss, a hailstorm comes through, they're going to depreciate based on the edge of that roof because it's not a new roof. So it's old, it's probably close to being replaced already, so they're going to depreciate it. So those are the things you got to go over with them, and nobody is going to remember a month later what you sold them, but the idea is at least let them see what they're buying at the time, and then try to get with them every couple of years and do a file review and just go over things, make sure they know where they're at, make sure they know what they got for coverages. Sometimes people will add to their house and they forget to call you. I had one just recently that they're almost done with an addition and they called me and it's like, whoa, big addition. So it's something, if something would have happened to that, they probably wouldn't have been able to recoup everything on it just because of that. So they were underinsured. So we got to correct that. But those are things we send out from our office. We send out PIR postcards and stuff like that and try to just let people know, hey, call us, let's get together. Things change, lien holders change, lien holders come off of automobiles. We need to keep that up to date.
Okay, so if you don't mind, because I didn't understand any of that, I'm going to scoot Andrea over here. Now, I'm going to let you respond to that question.
Well, actually, I'm just mostly curious. What are some of the basic things that homeowner insurance
will
covers?
cover?
Yeah.
Well, you
the
got
basics.
fire, lightning, vandalism, water damage. Most will cover water damage, which is leaking of a pipe.
Okay.
Pipe breaks, water heater goes kaput, you get water in your basement. We've had plenty of them where water pipe would break in the basement. It's got to be all sucked out. You call in some professional service master or any of those to clean it out. That's covered. You got hail, lightning.
Well, okay, so you mentioned water. Is that different than flood insurance then?
Oh, definitely different. Yeah, flood insurance is a whole different animal. Flood insurance, you either have to get through through FEMA, through the National Flood Insurance Program, or there is now a company out of Florida that writes flood insurance. So you can get flood insurance through a private company, which is actually cheaper. So you could do that. But no, water damage from plumbing is going to be covered under the homeowners, but any kind of groundwater from the outside coming in will not be covered.
How do you know if you have to have flood insurance? I mean, if you're in the flood area, flood zone.
If you're in a flood zone, your mortgage company is going to tell you that.
Okay.
You don't have to if you're out of it, or if you don't owe on your house. You're not required to carry flood insurance if you don't want it. So that's something to just talk to your insurance agent about or your lien holder.
Wow.
And see what they say.
Wow. So there's a lot of knowledge over there.
Yeah, there is a lot of knowledge over there.
You're just jumping into this, and how overwhelming is it for you?
Well, I have good trainers, Whitey and Terry at our office.
Right.
They're phenomenal, so it makes it much easier for me.
Right.
It's going out, selling. If I have questions, I know where to go.
You know where to.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you think that you like jumping in like this, and you have these guys? How much do you look back on your own experiences with your own homeowners? How does that? Have you stood back and gone, I wish I'd have known this?
Exactly. And one of the things that I did when I first got in was I kind of did an inventory of all the stuff I have, because personal property is another coverage under homeowners. And to sit there and go, do I have enough? And when a person doesn't think, especially guys, we sit there and go, well, we don't really have that much in clothes or stuff like that. But when you really put a dollar figure to it.
No, wait a minute. Don't mention clothes. I had a bad experience with clothes last week. So let's not even, you're talking about somebody else's clothes, right?
Right, yes.
Not women's apparel.
Well, but I mean,
whoa.
But it's just, you just don't realize how much that you have
Yeah.
until you sit down and do a personal inventory. And actually, with American Family, we have what's called a Dream Vault, where a person can put all their inventory right there. Something happens, it's in there.
Is the idea of walking around with a camera and videoing everything you have,
Yeah.
is that a good idea?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You see, I've spent a lifetime. I'm in my 51st house. I just make sure it's covered. I get my insurance policy in the mail, and I probably shouldn't be putting it in the trash, should I?
No, that wouldn't be a good idea. Probably a good idea to hang on to it.
If you had it with American Family, you wouldn't put it in the trash.
He's good. He's good now. Yeah, I see. That 31, you see what you're doing here.
Yeah.
I tell you, you're smooth. You are smooth. Well,
that's experience.
It is experience. Yeah. So it does make sense that number one, when you get your policy, it's probably even a good idea to bring it back in and say, hey, show me, teach me.
Exactly. Nothing wrong with that.
Explain these things to me so I understand what's going on.
Call your agent's office and set up a time where you can sit with him or somebody that knows, that's licensed in it, that can at least review it with you so you know where you're at.
Right.
Because you could be underinsured.
Yeah.
You don't know.
And that's,
if something
that's
happens,
worse than anything, I'm sure.
It is. It is. We had a fire. I had a client that had a fire a couple of years ago, and I did a file review with him probably 10, 12 months before the fire. And when I told him, I said, you know what, we need to raise this about $40,000.
Right.
And he looked at me, he goes, you got to be kidding. It ain't worth that. And I said, it is, if you have to replace it. Well, then his contents coverage went up quite a bit too, and he goes, well, we don't have that much in contents. I said, you'd be surprised. When you start figuring your wife's clothing, shoes, my wife's shoes alone would take half of it, and everything else. And he was amazed that after they had their fire, we totaled the house, they actually hit the limit on the contents. It was over around $170,000.
I can tell you from experience on this project and all the projects I've done, you do have more than you think.
Yeah.
It adds up very quickly.
Yeah.
And it takes guys like you that have the experience and people like you that want to get in and learn and understand what's going on. And thank you for coming out here today and, and talking about this. We could spend a lot more time on this, I know. But for today, that's about all the time we got. So we will be right back, and Andrea and I will wrap this up.
Glassman is ready to help you beat the heat. With Carrier Cool Cash, the season to save is now. There's never been a better time to upgrade to Carrier quality and efficiency. Now through June 30th, you can claim up to $1,450 in Cool Cash rebates on a new system or receive 60-month financing. Don't wait! Cool Cash is only available for limited time. Turn to the experts. Call Glassman now.
Heating and air. The choice is perfectly clear. Glassman Plumbing, Heating.
Looking for a new career? Midwest Energy has great careers in electric and natural gas utilities throughout central and western Kansas. We offer competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a wide variety of field and administrative positions. Most positions require community or technical college, and internships are available. Learn more at mwenergy.com. Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative making energy work for you.
Faster than you can Google home equity loan, the Bank of Hayes can have that line of credit at your fingertips. In less time than you'll spend calling an 800 number to get service from a chain bank, the Bank of Hayes has already met any needs you might have. You see, at Bank of Hayes, we bring you something in banking no one else can. The idea of here and now, meeting all your financing needs now because we're right here in Hayes. From financing a car to a home, let us help you now.
Here, now, wow!
The world is full of remarkable things, but some things are so remarkable that you may not have noticed. And that's the point. For 50 years, 3M has engineered advanced window films that make glass remarkable. Films for homes that help reduce heat, block harmful UV rays, protect interiors from fading, and save on energy costs. Rooms stay cooler, so you can enjoy a warm cuddle. Now that's remarkable.
How are those safety straps treating you guys?
Still figuring them out.
Are they kind of a pain?
Yeah.
Ah, good. That's the way we like it.
What they're saying.
Oh,
yeah, we're not
back.
done here
No.
yet.
Well, one of the other things we're doing this year out here is we're really, enforcing safety. And anytime you're on a roof, you have to strap in and wear the harness and wear the ropes like those guys are wearing, and because that's real world. I mean, they go out on a construction site. That's how it's going to be.
Yeah. Gotta get used to having a tail when we get.
Yeah, that long rope. And you got to keep the rope short enough so that when you fall off the roof, you don't just literally just plunk on the ground.
Well, that's a good point.
You can use the rope to pick them up. But oh my goodness, a lot of stuff today.
Yep.
We got a new project going on out here. A lot of building. We got Moose and Ellie hanging out today.
Yeah, and we discovered both of us are a little weak on the whole home insurance side of things.
I'm throwing my policy in the trash, which I'm learning today. Probably I should get it out.
Yeah.
It's going to have coffee all over it, but
let's just say that 31 years of experience in homeowners insurance and doing that, Whitey can flat tell you what's going on, can't he?
No kidding, yeah.
I think if it tells us anything, you know, us and people out there watching that, you need to get your policy out and then maybe look through it.
Understand it a little better and
I mean,
review and update if need be.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And if you're doing an addition like you talked about, you know, they were about done. I actually closed on a house last week, and with the closing, they were like, do you have insurance on this? I'm like, no, but I will, I hope, shortly. But, you know, you just, I think from the homeowner standpoint, my recommendation is don't wait for your insurance agent to call you.
Yeah, that's when it gets it's too late by that point.
Right, I mean, you should go home, pull out the policy, and ask questions.
Yeah.
I mean, am I insured for enough? Am I insured for too much? Is my, you know, does it say I'm covered for a pool and I don't have a pool? You know what I mean? So I mean, to understand that policy and really know what's going on is really important for anybody and everybody that is, you know, you're paying a lot of money for homeowners insurance. I can remember back when, I think my first homeowners insurance policy was like $389.
No way.
Those days, yeah. I'm not old. You are old. I'm not old. I'm just, I'm experienced is what it is.
Seasoned, well
seasoned,
yeah.
Any thoughts on homeowners insurance from your perspective?
Well, the only other thing I'd add is that we kind of have a supplementary insurance where it covers like appliances and the heating and air condition unit specifically. So like if our water heater would go out, they would come in and replace it with something the exact same model and everything, and it would be covered, like the labor, the new unit, all would be covered under that.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that was real world right there. so it's a supplementary that goes over and above your homeowner's insurance. Yeah.
Right. And you can pick and choose kind of what items you feel need to be covered by that.
Yeah,
in addition to your regular home insurance.
There's a lot to be thinking about. You know, I've had the same insurance agent for many years, and I've grown very comfortable with, you know, what he's doing and how he helps me, and he really kind of understands where I'm going and what I'm doing with things. You know, that's what I like. I like it when they bicker. I like when they bicker a little bit. Kind of gets them all fired up and keeps the blood going.
Yeah.
But there's
that and loud bangs.
Yeah, as long as it's not flying our direction. But good stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it comes back to like we've been talking off camera. If you don't know what's going on, it's our responsibility to go ask, which is good stuff. So I don't even know where we're headed next week.
Okay, well, I'll just show up
just
like
join
I
us.
usually do.
Join us like you usually do, and then you will find out where we're headed when we figure out when we're headed, when we know where we're going. We'll be right back with If Your Walls. If your walls, how about if my walls? How about if our walls? You stick around?
Okay, sure.
All right, if our walls could talk. We'll be right back.
Faster than you can Google home equity loan, the Bank of Hayes can have that line of credit at your fingertips. In less time than you'll spend calling an 800 number to get service from a chain bank, the Bank of Hayes has already met any needs you might have. You see, at Bank of Hayes, we bring you something in banking no one else can. The idea of here and now, meeting all your financing needs now because we're right here in Hayes. From financing a car to a home, let us help you now.
Here, now, wow!
Natural gas is a clean, safe, economical energy source when installed and used properly. Your gas furnace or stove should have a steady blue flame. If not, call a qualified contractor for service. And if you smell that distinctive natural gas odor, leave your home or business immediately. Call Midwest Energy from a neighbor's phone and we'll be right there. Gas safety tips from Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative making energy work for you.
Glassman is ready to help you beat the heat. With Carrier Cool Cash, the season to save is now. There's never been a better time to upgrade to Carrier quality and efficiency. Now through June 30th, you can claim up to $14.50 in Cool Cash rebates on a new system or receive 60-month financing. Don't wait! Cool Cash is only available for limited time. turn to the experts. Call Glassman now.
Heating and air, the choice is perfectly clear. Glassman Plumbing, Heating and
The world is full of remarkable things, but some things are so remarkable that you may not have noticed. And that's the point. For 50 years, 3M has engineered advanced window films that make glass remarkable. Films for homes that help reduce heat, block harmful UV rays, protect interiors from fading, and save on energy costs. Rooms stay cooler, so you can enjoy a warm cuddle. Now that's remarkable.
So welcome back to If My Walls Could Talk. Today Andrea's sticking around, so it's If Our Walls Could Talk. You mentioned we did this together a while back. You mentioned about how a husband and wife are a rock for each other. Like when you're down, I can support, and when I am down, you can support.
Yeah.
How hard is that in real life?
Well, I suppose it depends on the relationship and
Right.
what kind of relationship you formed. I know that for us, we've really worked on being sure that we are there. It's us. We are a team, is what we say a lot of times. You know, we're a team. No matter what other people or influences come in, you know, we need to be on the same side, on the same team. So yeah.
That's cool because today, in today's age in marriage, I think it's hard to be a team in marriage today because of all the outside influences, and there's so many things going on. Everybody's busy, and a lot of time mom and dad work, or kids. I mean, I think team is hard in a marriage. I mean.
Well, and you've got to be interested in you guys are working towards a common goal, and the success of your partner helps you in essence. The other thing too is like when I'm struggling, if he comes in, he has something that's even bigger, it almost helps for me to get me out of my rut of what I'm stuck on, and to see that, you know, what I'm dealing with isn't that bad. His problem needs more attention than my little.
And to add a little humor to that, you can always think about having me around. You can always think, you're like, oh my God, he is a real problem, so I'm really glad to have him around.
We don't have Chris's issues,
No, I think for guys to hear that from you, that understanding that you want a guy, you want your husband to open up to you. You want him to talk to you. You don't want him to go out in the garage and just hide, or you don't want him to. You want to hear what's going on.
And it's kind of like the story about, you know, if you have one stick and you can easily break it over your leg, but if you have two or more, it's that much harder to break. If there's two of you, it's harder to break it than there is when there's one.
And I think what ends up happening too is when you're making those. You can make decisions, you can make life's decisions, you know, but when you have to make tough life decisions, making them together, you grow stronger as a bond. And you're right. And as you go through those things, the sticks lay together, and you know, instead of growing apart over time, you grow closer and closer and closer together.
Yeah,
I think that's
work through those things together.
It makes marriages stronger. And not that my track record in that is not too good.
So you could learn something from me.
And I think that's very true, and I think that's what's cool about you being here talking about that, because I do want to learn. You know, I don't want to be. I want to get married one more time, and that's it. And I'll take that with me when I go.
Yeah, that and anytime we have a big argument, the thing that it turns out to be is a miscommunication between us. More often than not, that's what the problem is.
And that fits in perfectly with this construction project, because most problems on a construction site are stemmed from miscommunication, not reading the plans correctly or something like that. So I guess we have this on camera now. Now someday I can't come back and say, well, I didn't understand, huh? I'm gonna be like, no, you said you were gonna try.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Thank you for sticking around today again.
Thanks. It's been great.
If Our Walls Could Talk, and our walls will talk. We'll see you next week on House to Home.